chemistry MCQ challenge number 1. So basically there are 10 questions and you are supposed to finish it in 10 minutes. So let's go. So for the instruction for the challenge, right? So you can finish up the 10 questions and then you can skip to 2 minutes, okay, to check your answer, or you can skip to 2.30 for solution. Okay, so first one. Will be C, B, A, B, A. Question 6 to 10 will be A, D, A, D. So you can mark your answer, okay? So don't forget to post your results on the comment section, okay? So the next we'll start with the solution, okay? So this is a solution for question 1. So which diagram shows the arrangement of particles inside a balloon containing what? A mixture of gases, nitrogen gas and oxygen gas. So what we know, N2 is a diatomic molecules and O2 are diatomic molecules as well. So it will be represented by what? Two black circles and these two white circles joined together. Okay, and due to kinetic particle theory, your particles are always in a constant and random motion. So in other words means what? They are evenly mixed together. So if you see carefully, the only one is either B or C, and answer should be C. Okay. Question 2. The conical flask contains what? Compound X, which present in solid, liquid, and gaseous states. So which one is correct? So let's look at the option here. Under kinetic particle theory, okay, for option A. So they say what? A gaseous X molecule has a lower mass than liquid X molecule. So since they are referring to the same compound, so they should have the what? Same MR, molecular mass, regardless of the states. So option A is wrong. Okay. Let's look at option B. Energy is released when X changes from what? Liquid to solid. So when you change from liquid to solid, you're actually giving out heat. Okay, exothermic reaction. Heat energy is released. So option B is true. Let's look at C and D just for understanding. So they say what? Option C, liquid X is at a higher temperature than solid X. Okay, they are all under the same temperature because they are in the same system. Okay, so higher temperature, it will be wrong. And then if you look at option D, liquid X molecules vibrate about fixed position. So if you see carefully, liquid molecules actually slide past one another. Only solid molecules, then they will vibrate about fixed position. So this one will be wrong as well. So only answer B is true. Okay, so correct. Question 3. The oxidation of ethanol to ethanoic acid is often carried out in the apparatus shown. What's the purpose of the condenser? So if you see carefully, ethanol is reacting with your oxidizing agent. Okay, so explanation. Upon heating, right, ethanol being a volatile liquid, it will boil off easily. So you will change from liquid to gaseous state, it will escape. Okay, but a condenser is used, right, to condense it back into the liquid state so that it will drip back down as liquid, then it will react with your oxidizing agent. So the only one that makes sense is A, to prevent any ethanol from escaping. Okay, you want all the ethanol to react with your oxidizing agent. to form ethanol acid. Okay. Number 4. So you have this table below. So what is the name of the salt? So this will be under your QA analysis. So when you react with excess aqueous sodium hydroxide and you get white PPT, okay? So if you refer to your table, it will be calcium ions. And then second one, dilute nitric acid react with silver nitrate. This is for testing for your anions. And yellow PPT, that only means iodide ions is present. So if you combine these two, you'll get B, calcium iodide. Okay. Question 5. Which statement correctly explains why Cl2 gas at 40 degrees Celsius diffuse more slowly than neon at 20 degrees Celsius? So this one clearly is under a rate of reaction question. So you have to look at MR of the gases. Chlorine gas is 71 MR. Neon is just 20. So since chlorine gas is heavier, so it will diffuse slower than neon. So the only answer that makes sense will be A. Okay. Chlorine gas has an MR of 71, whereas neon has an MR of only 20. Okay. Question 6. So you have 4 statements on element, mixture, and compound. So how many of the above statements are not correct? Okay, not correct, meaning they are wrong. Okay, let's look at one by one. Statement 1. Element and compound have fixed melting point. This is correct as they are pure. Okay, so you can put a tick. Statement 2. These compounds of a compound, this property of a compound are similar to that of its element. Okay, so this is wrong because for compound, the property should be different from its element. So this is wrong. Statement 3. A mixture can be separated into its component by physical means. Okay, so this is correct. So this is one of the definition of a mixture. So you can put a tick. Last statement. Elements can be either in the form of atoms or molecules. Yes, this is true. So example, atoms, their element is sodium, okay, or magnesium atom. But for molecule can be O2 gas, N2 gas, or H2 gas. They are also elements. Okay, so this is true. So how many statements are wrong? So there's only one statement, statement 2. So answer is just A. Question 7. Particles with the same electronic arrangement are said to be isoelectronic. So which of the following compound contains ions that are isoelectronics? So this one you have to write down the ions and then figure out how many electrons they have each. So for example, calcium chloride, Ca2 plus and Cl minus. Calcium atom has 20 electrons, but because when it's become 2 plus, it will give away 2. So 20 minus 2, you left with 18. Chlorine atoms initially is 17. After taking in one more electron, it will become 18. So both are the same. Okay, so you can do the same for potassium bromide. Okay, K plus initially is 19, he give away 1, become 18. Bromine initially is let me see, is 35. After taking one more, he become 36. Okay, so obviously they are not the same, so it's wrong. So you can do for C, magnesium chloride, and D, sodium sulfide. Okay, so A obviously will be the answer. Okay. Question 8. Which of the following statement is correct for both X and Y? So for this type of question, the clue, right, is what? To always find out the real identity of the particles, whether they are a positive ion, a negative ion, atoms, or what. So if you look at a periodic table, proton number is 9, is actually fluorine. And you see carefully, it's 2,8. So it's really stable. So most likely you take in one more. So it's a F minus. Okay, it's a fluoride ion, not a fluoride atom. Next one. 17 will be your chlorine, but it's also stable, so it's just Cl minus. Okay, so if you look carefully, the only answer that makes sense will be this one. Atoms of metal will be wrong. Atoms of noble gases, wrong, they are halogens. Okay, isotopes of the same element, they are obviously different element, wrong. Okay, negative ion, that's the only one. Okay, answer 8B. Question 9. So this one, they tell you hexyl sulfide was prepared by reacting concentrated HCl with disulfate. Okay, so it is orange red and form a crystal. It has the formula of S6. So what can you describe from the above information given above? Okay, so take note. Okay, hexyl sulfide, right, is a element. Hexyl means 6. Okay, sulfur, so 6 atoms join together to form a molecule. So it's an element. Okay, so there's only one type. Okay, so answer obviously will be A. Okay, so don't get tricked by this disulfide or hydrochloric acid here. Okay, 9A, last question. So there's some reaction going on. The reaction shows between what? The ethyl zinc and acid. So this is the equation. So now they ask you, what products are likely to result from the reaction of this compound with water? So with acid is HX. Now it is with water. So you can write a similar chemical equation. Okay. So you realize that what? Your X actually changed to what? OH. Okay. Your X actually changed to OH. So this X, I can replace it with OH, hydroxide. Everything else will be exactly the same. Okay. So answer will be D. Okay. That's all. Just by comparing. The X is replaced with OH. The X is replaced with OH. Okay, so that's all. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So just wait for challenge number 2. Okay, bye.